Mu buweereza bwaffe obutali mukyekubira n'okunoonyereza okw'abakugu tukuleetedde tekinologiya omupya gwe bayise TV10 Gano Mazima app osobola otusanga ku Play Store gwe wa Android ate owa iPhone ku App Store. Empeereza yaffe yonna tutandise okugijjulula nga tugijja ku mutimbagano we tubadde tugikolera okugitwala ku kibanja kyaffe kino ekikulu. Obuweereza bwaffe gye buli okuviirira ku Monday okutuusa ku lunaku lwa Sunday. Programu ezizimba saako n'okuzzamu bannansi essuubi ze zimu ku ezo ze tutaddeyo. Kati tweyungeko nga tukwanjulira tekinologiya omupya mu Uganda. Downloadinga app eno osobole okwetaba mu klasi y'abamanyi nga tutambula n'okumanya mu ggwanga.
TV10 Gano Mazima.
I remember it was around 2007.
Yes.
When ICC indicted your father,
Yes.
Joseph Kony, and others.
Kasiwukira,
and Dominic Ongwen.
And Dominic Ongwen.
Yes.
There were 5.
Yeah, there were 5 in numbers.
Yes.
What tempted Kony to continue killing his fellow, whom were on the same cause of fighting this government? And he ended up killing them because the two incidents happened at the same time. The ICC was indicting them, and even government was also trying to put a pistol to have them get out of the bush. Then, should we think that the ICC's indictment tempted Kony to kill your father, or the peace talks?
What I want you to know is that the brain behind, there were people in the LRA ranks who initiated peace talks.
The peace talks.
I don't want to go very far, like maybe the meeting between Okoto Diambo, Brigadier Okoto Diambo, and the late Walter Ochara, the RDC of Gulu. And because other things, because I also know those things because my father used to tell me. I want to start from the perspective of my father. The brain behind the Juba peace talk was my late father, not another person. Because he wanted to come home. And
it was too much of him to stay in the bush.
Exactly. And most of the LRA delegates, peace delegates, were mentioned by him. The like of Martin Ojul, the like of Josephine Apire, the like of Obonyo Lueng, the spokesperson, the like of Dr. Nyeko Rajmat Sanga, the like of Yusuf Adek was appointed by Kony, the like of Santa Okot Lapolo, the like of this one who comes from Palaro. Passed from Nairobi and they took him to Palara. I'm forgetting his name. So most of the delegates, there were around 11 to 12 delegates.
There was also a sister to Kony. I think was Josephine or... Yes. The one from that side.
The one who refused to greet the president when the president went to Juba. Do you remember that incident?
Yes, I remember.
When the president went to Juba?
Yes.
He refused to greet the president. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying Josephine Apire. Yeah, so most of those LRA peace team were mentioned by my what?
By your father.
Were mentioned by...
but Josephine returned back home.
Joseph, I think he's still in the diaspora. She's still in the diaspora. She's still in the diaspora up to now. So, and you know, it came to a point where some of the people in the diaspora, they wanted this war
to end.
No, not to end, to continue. Some of the people in the diaspora, they want this war to end. But now, those one who wanted this war to continue brought in a lot of propaganda. And then, and that propaganda infiltrated the peace team, the LRA peace team, so much, to a point that the peace team became divided. And I must say, this information, before even my father was killed, he had already told me. That is the reason as to why he told me that when you call this satellite number one day and you don't, anyone picks the call, just know that I'm not there. Politics infiltrated the LRA peace team. Issues started emanating that my father has been given a lot of money. It was 5,000 US dollars. No, 5,000. Is it 5 million US dollars? Something of that kind. He was given a lot of money. So those information reached Kony. And I must say, he planned to kill him for a week because my father was a very, very brave man. The plan was for 1 week. That is how I was told by Odiambo, because I asked them a lot of questions, and Captain Okema.
Then back to the point, when Odiambo was explaining.
Back to the point, the reason as to why he was killed, there was a lot of propaganda which infiltrated the LRA team. There was a lot of propaganda coming from the people in the diaspora. Some people who never wanted this war to end. And by the way, Kony was also playing politics. He never wanted this war to end. He wanted people to continue with the fight. But my father never wanted now what?
To continue with the fight.
Exactly. He wanted to come back home. So that is the reason as to why, if my third child, I've named Kuch. Kuch means peace, because my father was the initiator of the Juba peace talk.
You get the news that the father is no more. Did Kony ever try to call you back? Maybe to say sorry for what has happened to your father?
He did not get that chance, but I must say I've been in touch with the women, over 5 of them. They're even here in Gulu. I have even their contacts. We even communicate. 3 are even from our village in Atiak. We communicate. 1 even contributed for my, actually 2 contributed for my traditional marriage. So we communicate. And they say life must move on. Much as it has happened that way, life must move on. And I normally get consoled by what my father said when in one of the peace talk that let the bygone be bygone. Even when I had some interview sometimes back, I mentioned that. He also mentioned it. I normally get convinced by what he has said. Let bygone be bygone. You have to focus on a new chapter. Let us see. So he's no more, and that thing has happened. We have really to start another chapter.
There has been some key guys or faces within these peace talks, the likes of Betty Bigombe,
yes,
Norbert Mao.
Yes.
There was another bishop, or whether Reverend or Bishop
Mark Becker Ochola.
Yeah. Because I remember in 2006 when we were coming to cover that peace talks, we were about to be abducted by Kony. Along the way, we found an ambush, and we managed to survive. When we reached to the point where we were supposed to meet them, it was Vicent Otti who came out.
Yes.
Joseph Kony did not appear. And they told us that he is in Juba for something, but he's coming tomorrow. The following day, when we were waiting, instead of having the talks, it was gunshots just started and everything went astray. We went back. And that day, I think that was the end of that peace talks. But the likes of Betty Bigombe and the Norbert Mao have been a key factor to put back Gulu to be in a position where it's supposed to be. Did you get some time and talk to those guys or those people?
This one I would have mentioned it right from the preamble of my communication with you. I really want to credit some of the few icons of actually in this peace process. One is Betty Bigombe. I've been very, very close to Betty Bigombe.
She used to be my friend.
I used to go and meet her from Acholi, and she used to ask me a lot of questions, what I intend to be in the future. And by the way, she sponsored me for 2 years. No, for 1.5 years. I stopped, I withdrew. Actually, I withdrew. I left the scholarship because of the instruction from my dad that you leave Betty Bigombe's scholarship. I don't know why, but that is the instruction he gave me. Don't go, but you leave it. I think maybe the government want to what? To use her against us. That was when the talk was almost going what? Astray. Yeah, I left. And I must say, from the side, my dad introduced me to only 2 people. One, the first person he introduced me to was Betty Bigombe. The second person he introduced me to was Norbert Mao, when Norbert Mao was the chairperson
Of Gulu.
of Gulu. That is when I was joining now, when I wanted to join Gulu University. I went to Mao in his office. That was the first time Mao even showed me, and he was like, don't fear Mao. Don't fear Mao. He cannot do anything bad on you. You just go to him. But the rest of the people, I don't want you to know them. And I don't want you to know what? I don't want them to know you. But I said, even if you don't want me to know, I know most of these people. Yes, all of them. But he introduced me only to 2 people. And Betty Bigombe sponsored me. There came a time Dr. Nyegorat Matsanga also sponsored me. Nyegorat Matsanga succeeded Martin Ojol. I think that was when my father was killed. The person who took over was Dr. Nyegorat Matsanga. He also sponsored me. Actually, he's the one who sponsored me at Chitende, St. Mary's Chitende. Then, even I was sponsored by State House Scholarship. And they even didn't know that they were sponsoring the son of a rebel leader. It was just a friend, the former guild president of Gulu University, who secured for me the scholarship because I was the guild finance minister of Gulu University. And it was like, now, Leonard, you are having difficulties. Your aunt cannot pay you very well. I'm going to secure for you this scholarship. I got a scholarship, state scholarship. I think the
second and third.
Second and third semester. Second and third year, kind of. Yeah. But the government didn't know. So I now came out publicly when I had my first interview and second interview that I was sponsored also by State House. But I'm also very, very happy because at least it has made me this far. Because otherwise I would have even withdrawn from the university because my aunt could not afford now.
From where we started up to now, I've not heard about your mother. Where is she?
No, she's no more. She died in 1998 on the October the 5th, 1998. And my father was killed on October the 2nd, 2007. So every year, October is just a dark month to me. My mother died in October. My father was also executed in October. Yeah. And my last telephone conversation with him was on the 14th of September 2004, when I was now going to school.
What next now? The family is no more. Kony is still there.
Yes.
But the good thing, abductions have reduced. And the gun fires are silenced in this area of Gulu. If you walk around the area where you used to stay with your father and even other people in those camps, what comes across your mind?
You know, I'm a very social person, and I'm loved by very many because of my unique character. And some people say you're really the opposite of your father. And I must say that is the reason as to why, to some extent, I was in position to stay peacefully in the community. However, when in 1994, the massacre in Tiak, the allegation was attributed to my dead father. That is when I started, where we started getting hostility from the what? From the community.
From the community.
From the community, and we took refuge in Madi. So, and also, when I publicly came out, my first and second interview, there was also a lot of controversy from the population, from social media forums, that we have to even look for these people, and we kill them because Otti has killed very many people. And because I came out with some demands to the government, the request what the governments will do for me, what the governments will do for my family, what the governments will do for the family of the late Vicent Otti. I came out with the demands, but that there was a mixed reactions which came out, and I was like, my security is at threat. So
what was the response from government?
The government remained indifferent. There was no response. The only response I got was from the ICC. They wanted to know more information from me so that they can withdraw the arrest warrant. But the government remained indifferent. And anyway, no one was there to link me to the government. But that is it.
Did you get in touch with ICC?
Yes, very well. I got in touch with ICC. Actually, they were troubled in terms of evidence to withdraw the arrest warrant because there were no clear circumstances and there were no clear facts findings on the circumstances as to how and when my father was killed. And all these informations, I gave it myself, even including the last day when my father, I was the one who exposed that photo to the social media. The last day when my father had an encounter with the negotiator, that was the last photo he took. I've even written there the date. So I gave
28th of September, Friday.
Exactly. Then
207.
Yes. So some of when you look at this photo, try to look at this photo, how I'm smiling and the gap, then also you look at this photo. Then you can say, you don't need a DNA test. Just look at those two photos. I also provided those photos to the ICC. I gave them the death certificate, my birth certificate. I processed with his name. So I gave them the elaborate information, the date he was killed, and Even the person who kills me might know, but I cannot tell you because all those information I was given. Yes.
It is such a sad story. And to any other person might think that you might have that Avengers memories of you want justice for your father from those who have killed him. But the way I'm seeing you, it's like you have decided or accepted the results of the match. It is in the defeat, and you accepted to move on.
Exactly.
The person, apart from Betty Bigombe, did you hear from her now?
Sorry?
Betty Bigombe. Did you still have a communication with her?
Of late, no. Of late, no. But there was a time I sent a message to her through someone, thanking her and telling her my current situation, that I've finished the university. By then I was working with some social enterprise here in Gulu. I wanted her to know. And I recognize her as one of the Iron Ladies who have contributed a lot in my life. And I recognize her as one of the person who contributed a lot in bringing peace in northern Uganda. So I really respect her a lot. But I've now stayed for long without seeing her. I intend to meet her and try to...
She used to be in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Of late, yes, is it an ambassador in Asia, something of that kind, I don't know. But I really intend to meet her maybe in some... If she comes, maybe in the country, because she has really contributed a lot in my life. Yes.
How about Chairman Mao?
He has also contributed. Chairman Mao, just anytime he has also contributed a lot, and I've been, from time to time, even I called him, we also talk. Even today, I called him. He has also been very close to me. Yeah. And he has been very close to my father. He has been those are the brain behind the peace in northern Uganda. Norbert Mao, Betty Bigombe, Bishop Mark Bakachola, Musa Kelil, Bishop Onono Nweng of Gulu Archdiocese, Archbishop Odama. Those ones, the brain behind the peace in Acholi.
In a nutshell,
yes.
If anyone asks you about the LRA guys, what could be the answer for you?
You know, I've never been abducted.
That is one.
That is one. But that was the lane for my father. Maybe he saw that to overthrow the government, this is the path we should take. That is him. I am a different person. There was a time I applied to be the assistant. I wanted to join the police, to be the assistant superintendent of the police. I applied. I went through all the normal processes, and I knew 100% that I will succeed, but it happens that I did not succeed.
Why?
What came into my mind? Is it the government? Is this the government who are trying maybe to frustrate me to join the
police?
The police? Maybe do they think that I'm going to be like him? Huh? So that thing, I wanted to join the forces, But when I was frustrated,
But if I'm to ask
then I
also,
just gave out completely.
if
I
I'm
said,
to
"No,
ask
I don't
you,
want. Let me
why
now
did you
live my-"
choose to join police?
Okay, I used to love it. I just used to love it. I had the passion of what? Of being in the forces. Even up to now, some people here in Gulu, they call me Afande. They call me Afande.
And you respond.
Without even I respond, without normal training, without even any other thing. But that is how they call me, because I had the love of joining the what?
The forces.
Not the army, but the police. Yes. I had the passion so much.
What is your profession now?
I'm professionally an accountant. That is my first degree. And then, but my passion is sales and administration. Yeah. But first degree, I studied accounting, Bachelor of Business Administration from Gulu University. But I love sales, I love marketing, and I love administration so much. Yeah. The accounting work, I really don't love it much as I did accounting at a degree level. Yes.
So you failed to join the forces.
Yes.
And now you're okay doing your own other things.
Very okay.
Your story, it really creates much more trauma. Because even if you have never been abducted, when other people were facing that situation, other people stayed much in camps.
Yes.
Same apply to your side, because they were trying
I was
also
in the camp.
to hide your life.
Yes.
If someone asks you that is it okay now to forget everything you've gone through and we focus for the good of this country, is it okay now?
I must tell you, Dean, that
Or the right question could
yes.
be, having been that your father has been much more close to Joseph Kony, and he knows you very well.
Yes.
If there is a chance for those who can go and convince that guy to get out of the bush, because he's continuing committing crimes of humanity to other people.
I would love to be #1 in that list, to go and talk to him.
Why?
I would dare to go and talk to him. I love peace. And I have to say that people do not know, but in the background I was very, very influential in this. I've been very influential in this peace process. I want to give you an example. In 2005, the LRA attacked, there was a serious fight between the LRA and the UPDF at Onyama, Onyama this side, and I was in Sasamal Baka school. That day, the following day, I got my phone and I called my father that they killed one of your army here, and I might withdraw from school if you continue with this kind of attack. It's really very, very bad. I really don't feel fine. They are saying you people are trekking to Garamba, Rikwamba, and Wenkibul, but the rest of the team are here. But he denied, he said, that is not one of us. And yet, is one of what? One of the LRA was killed. That was the last time attack was made that side. They they ambushed people on Atiak Road. I pick a call, I pick a phone, I called him, I said, sometimes during holidays, I also go to Atiak. But this thing is not good. Why are you ambushing vehicles? Why are you killing innocent civilians? And that was the last time attack was made on Atiak Road. So I have been very influential in the peace process. I have contributed a lot, either directly or indirectly. And some of the leaders, the MPs, were also using me to talk to him. Say like this, talk to him like this.
So for you, you played your part.
I play my part. Whatever happened during the 20 years of war, during the 2 decades of war, I know a lot has happened. Very many have been killed. I have also been affected. Almost every family was affected. I must say, and I want the world to know that they should forgive my father, and I also apologize on his behalf for what has happened, because I know no one is perfect. And in one way or the other, I might also be affected.
Did those guys who brought you the news about the death of your father told you where he was buried?
They did not tell me, but I think just a week, 2 weeks ago, I was called by one of the UN armies, that he knows where my father was buried, and that place is heavily guarded up to now. But I don't know the truth of the matter, but that is the information I got, that the place is heavily guarded up to now, and he knows even the place. But that is something I'm just telling you today. That they called me 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I don't want to kind of, whether it's correct or not, but I don't want to put it so much. I don't want to consider it as a gospel truth.
Would you like to see the grave of your father?
Sorry?
Would you like to see the grave of your father?
Obviously, yes.
According to the story you've been telling us, it shows that your father loved you so much.
Very.
And he used to listen to you.
Yes.
Like as the only son he had on earth.
Yes.
If government helps you, would you like to exhume him and bring him to his ancestral land so that you could have an official burial for him?
Very well. Not even if not even exhuming the body from maybe Rukwamba or maybe Congo or maybe wherever he was buried or killed, even if providing a decent and befitting, okay, maybe let me talk of prayers. If we can maybe organize with sometimes to come, I know there will be a time I'm going to make an alarm to the government so that they should consider that one. And as well, in my last interview with UBC and with UBC, I even said, this guy, sorry to call him a guy, but my father was in the far front fighting for peace. Was in the far front for ending the hostilities in Acholi sub-region. The gun is silent. Why shouldn't he be recognized as one of the heroes who fought so much? He should be even recognized in terms of giving a medal. And that medal, I can receive it myself. That is what I wanted the government to do for him. He should be recognized. And he was killed in the far front, fighting for peace. And he was even the brain behind the peace process, the Juba peace talk. No any other person, but he was the one. Why shouldn't the government recognize him? Give him that award.
Did you get a chance to talk to the president?
No.
In most cases, he comes this side.
No.
How about any other political government officials who come to this side?
Of course, I've gotten a chance to talk to the press, to NTV, to UBC, and to you today. Yes. Yeah. And also ICC.
So the ICC guys withdrew the case?
Yes.
Now
I
that
wrote
one you
a letter
feel
to
okay?
ICC. I feel very, very okay because I will also provide you with a copy if you want it. If you don't
Yes, we want
it's
it.
fine. I wrote to ICC on the 8th of November last year. And the case was withdrawn on the 17th of November. Just 8th, 17th. Just 9 days after my write-up, the case was withdrawn. And yet it had dragged for over, how many years? From 27 to 2013. How many years is that?
Some good years.
Good years. They could not withdraw the case because there was no evidence. No one was in position to give information about him. But I opened to them. I even proposed that I wanted to meet the president of International Criminal Court so that I give them more information about this war, the 20 years war in northern Uganda. But they also remained indifferent after withdrawing the case. They just left me like that. I spent a lot of money moving from Gulu to Atiak, collecting information, getting the birth certificate, processing other documents so that the case is withdrawn. But they just left me in dilemma. So I'm not also happy with ICC.
What could be your last word as we conclude this interview?
My last word is that I've been used a lot by people. I don't want to mention their name. People have really benefited so much.
From you?
From me. I don't want also to mention the people, but I know them. I don't care because I've moved on with life. That is life. But let's move on. Because now, if you have supported someone in getting rid of something, like I helped the ICC to kind of withdraw the case, but now you just leave it like that. And yet, initially they said, we are going to do for you this and this and this. I said, you can even take me for masters. I wanted a good job for myself, maybe even for my other relatives. But they remain indifferent. After even the case was withdrawn, I can even show you here, I sent message, no reply. Even hello on WhatsApp, no reply. I even provided them with the photos of the sisters to Vicent Otti, my sister, the photos of the sisters. So you see, here you say hello, they just blue tick you. Just to say hello. I don't want anything, just hello. So it's really very bad. And by the way, that is how life is. And I don't mind. I've moved on with life. I'm very healthy. And I don't care. Yeah.
Did you learn a lesson from what you've gone through?
A lot. A lot.
Nice to have you with that brave and a trauma chat with you. This is TV10 Gano Mazima. It has been a pleasure to talk to a family of those, because especially down there in Kampala, people think, most of them who have not witnessed this, they think that the story of Joseph Kony and his rebel group, it is a story of a lie. It is not there. And many think that it is just a political talk, that LRA has never been in existence. But for those who have witnessed, like me, myself, and others, we know. And when I get to know about you, I'd wanted much to talk about you, because your father's story, it's one of the untold ones which needs to be heard by the entire world. Because having been that his name is now withdrawn from the list of those who have been indicted by ICC.
Yes.
Now I think you can have peace
Very well.
and even enjoy your life
Yes.
as a son of a former rebel leader, second in command.
Lieutenant General. He used to love that aspect so much, to be recognized with that.
Lieutenant General.
Yeah, Lieutenant
Vicent
General.
Otti.
Yes, a 3-star general.
I think we can call it a day from that note.
But another thing I also want you to know, it happens that...
Do you have a family, by the way, now?
That's what I wanted to tell you. It happens that my father was a general. My wife's father was also a general.
Was he also a rebel?
No.
Hey.
No. Museveni's government.
Hey.
You can imagine.
I thought that
Yeah.
you also wanted to
No,
pick from the,
no.
the line.
So you can imagine.
Uh-huh.
We are in the family of generals. Yeah. So
Whether he was a rebel, but his rank was a general.
no, it was UPDF. It was in.
No,
charge
I'm
of
talking about
operation.
your father.
Yes. Exactly. Was a general. Yeah.
So you're a son of a general.
Yes.
And okay. Now, I think the story to tell to your kids and even your grandkids
Yes.
will be
Okay.
real.
Now they have gotten also to know, because they have gotten to know. They even know the photo. I used even to play before my first interview. They didn't know anything, but the second one I can even play. They know. When I showed the photo like this, they know, and they even know the person who killed him. I've told them they have gotten to know now. Yeah. So like my firstborn doesn't want even to listen anything concerning Kony. There was a day when he showed the video for the peace talk. I prayed for her from the beginning up to end. He started shedding tears. I said, "Why are you crying?" Because I miss seeing my what? My grandfather. Yeah, so that was really so sad. Yeah. So I've made them to know that he was a rebel. He was also killed in the far front fighting for peace, and that is why I've named my one of my child also Peace, but not in English, in actually Kuch.
But to drag you a bit back,
Yes.
during the time when Odiambo calling you to tell you the news about the death of your father, did he deliver the news that the person who ordered for his killing said sorry?
Okay. Let me say, when he was, Odiambo was there, he witnessed the killing. Odiambo was there. I'm not going to mention to you the name of the person
Who killed?
who killed him. But, this is now, we're still live or?
No.
Okay. When he was called to come for the meeting, because now, Kony has a system where maybe when they organize for any meeting, it's only the commanders who goes for the meeting, even without escorts. But now, all those commanders, they have their houses at Kony's place. So for him, when he went to his house, he was in his white counter suit. He went to his house. He found a dead bird. Then he was like, he picked his satellite phone. That was also told to me by those who defected. He picked his satellite phone and called Joseph Kony that I've found a dead bird in my house. What is the implication? What does it, just tell me something about that bird. Then he also kind of laughed sarcastically and said, that is an indication that we have overthrown the government. Then immediately he was put on gunpoint. And that person who killed him started by removing the watch he had. It was a very expensive watch. They also bought for me that kind of watch. It was $300 from Nairobi they brought for me. He started by removing that watch. That you people of Atiak, you think that you are all you are educated, but now your education is going to take you somewhere today. And they started grabbing him and said, okay, now, when he realized that he was going to be killed, he was like, let me first talk to my son. And they refused. Said, let me first say what to my son. But of course, he knew he was not going to talk to me because I was at St. Mary's Street, and he was going to talk to my other cousin in Makerere. Then he was not given that time. Then he was like, okay, now let me... Then immediately before he was executed, Joseph Kony called. And Joseph Kony called Odhiambo. That is what Odhiambo told me. That, are you done with the mission? Then Odhiambo was like, not yet. That I'm giving you only 1 minute. If you fail to execute the mission, all of you, I'm going to kill all of you. And he was already far, like 2 kilometers in some Sim garden. Then he was just relaying those information. Odhiambo had a deep breath and was like, nothing to do. Boy sat down and he was executed. Before he was executed, he was like, now I've been with him for all these years. For over 20 years we have been together. Why do this to me? I pray you people fight hard and you overtake the government. That was his last word. And he was what? Executed by that commander. Yeah.
Let's end here.
Yeah.
It is such a sad story.
Yeah, very sad.
Such a sad story.
But now it has happened so many years back. It's sad, but we are now strong. We have moved on with life. Very sad.
I even forgot to say goodbye to our people. Ababadde batugoberera emboozi gye tubaddeko yeeyo. It has been a sad story about the death of late Vicent Otti, who was second in command to a rebel group of Lord's Resistance Army. I've been with the son to late Vicent Otti, and I'd wanted to get to know what really happened to his father. We've heard enough from him, and I can't even add more about from what he has described to what happened to his father. Kulwaba foot soldier, emboozi gye tubaddeko bangi eyo mu kibuga muwakanya ebintu byo olutalo lwa Kony. Abasinga mulowooza gye luli, abamu mulowooza teruliiyo. Naye bw'ofuna omukisa okwogerako ne famire, kikuleetera okukakasa ddala abo abaaluyitamu. Emyaka 20 nga ekibuga kya Gulu, and especially the bigger part of northern Uganda, bali mu dduka. Wetwogerera olwaleero balinamu ku buweerero banywa ku mazzi, era n'abamu basobola okuvaayo ne batuula mu maaso ga kamera zino ne batunyonyola biki ebyaliwo. Ku lwa Katonda n'ensi yange, nze Ssaalongo Dean Lubowa Saava Ssekiranda. As TV10 tukyakuleetera bingi byojja okwongera okuyiga. These are exclusive stories zotasobola kusanga walala okujjako wano. Kusaba gendo downloading application yaffe ya TV10 Gano Mazima. Oba oli awo ojja kwekuumira mu kumanya okusinga ku lw'abalala. Go and read about much more of our stories at www.tv10ganomazima.news. Kama bakumbi.
Mu buweereza bwaffe obutali mu kyekubiira n'okunoonyereza okw'abakugo tukuleetedde tekinologiya omupya gwe bayise TV10 Gano Mazima app. Osobola otusanga ku Play Store, gwe wa Android ate owa iPhone ku App Store. Empeereza yaffe yonna tutandise okugijjulula nga tugijja ku mutimbagano wetubadde tugikolera okugitwala ku kibanja kyaffe kino ekikulu. Obuweereza bwaffe gye buli okuviira ku Monday okutuusa ku lunaku lwa Sunday. Programu ezizimba saako n'okuzzamu bannansi essuubi ze zimu ku ezo ze tutaddeyo. Kati tweyungeko nga tukwanjulira tekinologiya omupya mu Uganda. Downloading app eno osobole okwetaba mu klasi y'abamanyi nga tutambula n'okumanya mu ggwanga.
V10. Gano Mazima.